Well, it's October 13th and it looks like starting on Monday night, so basically tomorrow night, we're going to have some frost kind of temperatures for about 4 days, and then it's going to warm up again for a week or so. I've got peppers that I really want to get across the finish line and some other things, but I also have some not so cold hardy stuff that I need to get out of here, and I need to get creative and start using this stuff. And I just looked up some fennel and carrot soup recipes. That sounds really interesting, so I'm going to make that as well. Join me. Well, I have lots of things that are looking really healthy. These little albina beets, white beets, are definitely going to give some small little beets. You can see them coming there. I still have some fennel, but I harvested some of that yesterday. And there's celeriac. I think I'm going to get a couple of those today. I took some celery yesterday, so I'm good on that. My sweet garlics are going to come out later today, and I am going to do that video along with my other collaboration YouTube friends, so stick around for that video. It should be good. Here are a couple of the peppers I want to get to cross the finish line, because this Anaheim has still got lots and lots of peppers coming that are looking really, really good. And down there way on the bottom, you can see some ahi mangoes. There are 2 or 3 of those down there as well. Here's the celery I harvested out yesterday. It made a beautiful cream of celery soup. I left about 4 big carrots in. They get sweeter as the season goes. There's some mustard greens and radishes and lettuce. They'll all make it through a couple of really light frosts. The leeks will as well. There's some more celeriac, celery, radishes, everything down at the beets. Everything down at this end will make it. I think I'm going to get that parsley out of there and dehydrate it. I'll have to check it over good for black swallowtail caterpillars first. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this triple curled parsley. To dehydrate. I have to check it over really good for any baby swallowtail caterpillars, but I think they've all vacated now. We love this one. It has a stronger flavor than the flat leaf parsley, but it's really good in lots of recipes. I did find one black swallowtail caterpillar on that patch, and I will move him to a different patch and let him finish out his life. So here is the triple curled parsley that we were able to harvest out of that little patch, and I'll get that dehydrated. Now I'm going to move on to the dill patch that I've got going here and harvest that out and dehydrate that as well. Next thing I'm going to do is bunching onions. I've already grabbed some and peeled them from another spot. They get kind of fibrous when they get this large, but if you roast them, they're wonderful. That's what I intend to do. Here are my sweet garlics. I'm excited for my collaboration video, which will be coming out shortly. All right, let's harvest this celeriac. Oh, baby. I'm not making this thing budge. Well, I had to go get a big shovel to see if I could get this out. Wow. The hori alone just wasn't cutting it. I don't think we need to get two, babe. That's going to be plenty for a meal. Well, I have removed that collapsible brassica cage, and the two kales are now free from the netting, as are the cabbage that didn't come to anything in time. I've removed the unusable leaves from the plants, and now I'm just going to do a picking. There are still cabbage white butterflies about, but we're winding down the season at this point, so be it. Here are my envy carrots. I'm going to pull those out next. These are our favorite. So these are the envy carrots, and they're much more uniform in size and shape. This one's kind of weird. I'll have to get it cleaned up. It's bumpy and lumpy, but they have really good flavor. We like this variety. These are the Karuta Shin carrots. I've never grown these before, so we'll have a gander at those. Good looking. Ooh, kind of a short and stubby variety, it looks like. So these are some Karutashins. I've decided to leave some in the bucket. They could take the cold, and I'm got plenty of carrots to deal with for right now. These are nice and firm, and I think they're going to be tasty. We'll have a see. These are my Nantas carrots. They were the ones that were nibbled down twice by the bunny rabbits, and they've been in since the spring, so who knows what they're gonna taste like. But I'm gonna pull them. Well, it looks like I've got the dreaded root knot nematode, a colorless roundworm. Those little buggers dwell in the soil and enter the plant's root as tiny larvae that cause those little swellings. Bummer. Well, the first batch is ready for the roaster. Those are all carrots from my garden. Those are some bagged carrots that we had left over from a trip we just made. And all of those very large green onion tops. Here's the second tray of goodies. That is sweet Ingrid, Habanada, and Jimmy Nardello from the garden. Some of my garden fennel, garden celery, and there was the rest of the bag of those store-bought carrots. Well, there they are, all roasted up and almost cool. And those Habanada peppers roasted are so tasty. Now to make some soup. Well, here's the finished product. Oh, need to turn that down. After it went through my Vitamix blender, I ended up putting in all of the fennel, all of the carrot, all of those green onions that I had from the garden, all of the peppers, and they were all sweet type peppers, Habanada, Jimmy Nardello and Sweet Ingrid. And the only, then I put in a 32-ounce broth and a 15-ounce chicken broth. And the only things that I put in were paprika, salt, and pepper for seasonings. And I gotta tell you, this tastes amazing. Just amazing. I'm gonna have Al taste it and see what he thinks. What do you think?
Actually very good. Mild and mellow. Very tasty.
And here is the soup ready to serve. I've topped it with some fronds of the fennel, shaved Parmesan, pumpkin seeds, and cherries, and a little paprika. That's delicious. That is really delicious. Wow, that soup sure turned out good. I wish I had an exact recipe, but I don't because I was just using things up from the garden. But I'll put a list of all the ingredients, and if you're like me, you'll be able to replicate something delicious. Remember, sometimes the only thing we harvest is knowledge, and that's okay. Bye for now. We'll see you on the next one.